in. You see, I want to go to the restaurants, the nightlife. I don't fit in. So what I propose is you take me with you wherever you go. You introduce me. Found the chicken town, that little way around, because you got some soft white shoulder come back brown, get that butt on all night. You meet tonight, discuss price. That's the for the culture that don't get it. I'm throwing those lyrics in there. They might not. This is the Schuylkill Trail. It goes up to where we didn't originate the walking tour, but you know, because you already seen we had other things we were doing where we were, like I say, different things stem from different stuff. Bootlegging, got to get the Masters Molder in there, Masters McGillberry. I'm so proud of myself, man. Like I said the other day, I need to get at that point where I'm wearing my suit uniform, like it's my postal uniform, like it's my chef coat. No disrespect to them. It's just a different uniform. Yep. Like, you know, I like it. Like I'm saying, I'm not that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop judging me. See, like I'm saying, the chop joint, this is a different view. I think the last view of the chop, more Roman architecture. And you see that in some of the pictures, still pictures I put on my John. Now the Amtrak station, that's new. Even though the 30th Street Roman architecture, that was the post office. In the distance, you see the art museum. I go in and out with these. But like I say, this condo on this side and then the chop building on that side, that's pretty new. The FMC building, that's new. On top of where you see the trees, on top of the parking garage, that's where the park is. People be out there chilling, getting their yoga on, getting a laid out blanket. Yeah. So, you know, got the ancient old bridges and stuff. But, you know, listen, don't judge me. I'm dying to really roast somebody, so please don't judge me. Like, it's one thing to get my one-sided roast from sneak this on, and even that you might not. It's like you listen to a rap song and you don't even pick up on the subliminals. Oh no, you didn't want to see whose life was written. The movies, the kid. Life's a lie. Well, here's the truth. You was hyped to die. You ain't hyped to shoot. If you don't know what the hell you talk about, it's just a good song you bob your head to. But, you know. Secrets in the door. What did he say? He said, this nigga said, first of all, as much as I love my beat, they pretty disrespectful. That Hell on Earth album, that was pretty disrespectful for sneak this. That was pretty disrespectful. And Big, you know, that's his man's, and he wouldn't comment while he was alive. It's kind of that life after. A couple cuts off that was pretty disrespectful. You know, so laying above me, all beneath me, whole life you live sneaky. Now you rest eternally sleepy. You burn when you creep me. My man said, 3 to 9. Now you all fucked up. 3 to 9, like, yeah, I mean. Like I said, I had the Hummer in the summer when I was a newcomer then. Drugs and Mac 10s, hug for fake friends, be broke, they hate you. Get ends, girls, or make ends, they hate you. Be broke, girls won't date you. That's why I relate to choke. Like, I don't know, the amount of sneak dissing in the 90s, hardcore sneak dissing, like, he said, I heard from the grapevine, you got fucked full time, man, the 3 to 9 fucked you up for real though. Like, the only, like, in Hell on Earth, like, you know, if you followed the beef, I'm not trying to re-spark any beef, it was just, you know what I mean? I'm giving examples of sneak dissing that I don't respect. That nigga said, Machiavellian, retaliate, had the whole New York state aiming at your face. Now, that's the only time you come close to identifying, but other than that, like, they robbery, get flashbacks of what happened, robberies in Manhattan, 60 G's worth of gun clapping. What happened? New York got you. Now you probably scream louder than the opera. And you want to use my mom as a crutch. And it just goes on and on. Like the title track, Godfather Part 3, gimme, 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 gimme. And I ain't trying to be on something explaining sneak disses. I'm just giving you an example of sneak disses, especially when they try to gaslight you and like, no, homie, I ain't say that. We're 22 years into it. Some people been gaslight, sneak this. Others don't know what they talk about or who they talking to. It's like, if this was no rap break, you might be missing your teeth. And I hate to talk like that. I hate to talk like that. I'm gonna stop. Like, just giving you examples. You know, we all Illuminati, library age, we all political speeches age, we all run the city, getting my president is Black Obama. Like I'll be saying, in my lifetime I've now seen, like I'll be thinking, I gotta think about this daily, because you know, like my man, I hate to always go to the hip-hop quotes, but it's relatable. Like my man J. Cole, who's really not on the gangster stuff. He could talk that talk. He could get a little niggerish, disrespectful, but really he be empowering with his poems. You know, my man Wale, highly respected lyricisms. I'm trapped in the middle of two generations. I'm a homie and big brother all at once. Just left the lab with young Kodak. I'm about to go meet Jigga for lunch. And like I be saying, you hear it in the music, even in that song, Middle Child. We was talking about the cycle of recidivism, being raised by women. Only men can raise men. That's a joke. A lot of strong women out here raising men. No problem with that. But you know, so many people sparing in their lifetime in a cycle of jail. You can and ah me. But you're probably not the familiar story that, you know what I mean? And ah. Should be and ah, you judgmental piece of shit. Excuse my language. It's for the kids. Wu-Tang is for the kids. Ain't trying to hear what I'm kicking in the ear. I'm sure he's wondering why I drink cess. Smoke cess, drink beer. And ain't trying to hear what I'm kicking in his ear. I gotta walk back to my car right now. Like, I don't really care. I don't really care about, you know what I mean, how you feel, what your feelings is, your sensitivity, if you want to take it there. It's cold out here. I don't know. I gotta stop incorporating these. It's not like I'm ashamed of my present life. I'm not ashamed of my past life. I use my past like most substance abuse counselors in that maintenance phase. Like that's clinical. That's the clinical for the afterlife. To the afterlife. Cheers to the afterlife. And my Zen annex, like I'm saying, the more that whenever the fucking studio is established, and a lot of times it's not me double talking, it's not me taking shots and then recanting, it's not me trying to take shots and then justify them. It's more of I have a sense of humor. I am from the hand-to-hand culture, whatever part of that hand-to-hand culture you were a part of. I'm in my afterlife maintenance phase of life. And it's a bunch of people that want to gaslight material, even though it's on my tattoo studio page and whatever, in this cancel culture environment where they're trying to silence me like great brother Malcolm after certain comments. But you know, as somebody preaching righteous messages, I will not be silenced, even if I'm confronted by some gassed up young boy, by whoever gasses you up, and I take fire to the chest. and drowned in my blood. And you might think I'm a weirdo who's predicting weird things, but you know, if you've been canceled and you louder in the cancellation, if you got a master's degree, bachelor's degree, a career in the healthcare field after 22 years of canceling, I think your canceler is going to escalate. And I've seen signs of that, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not delusional either. You know, and again, like, I bring up the Malcolm stuff because, like I said, when you watch the movie, and if you read the book, like, you hear the history of his street past, and like I said earlier, he's one of the most prolific speakers, advocates for education, advocates for rights, advocates for African-American rights. Even though he took a more militant stance. Like I said before, a teacher told me the reason why Malcolm X, back in the 80s, now we 4 decades out of the 80s, 3 decades out of the 80s, whatever you want to say. 4 decades out of the 80s. So times, just like the gauges and you sitting in a corporate office, has changed. Maybe the stance on Brother Malcolm Cranes has changed, but back then it was, you hear more about MLK because of the nonviolent stance, turning the other cheek, more Christian Jesus beliefs, not to put one religion against the other. It's not. It's the turn the other cheek versus the fight and advocate strongly, loudly, proudly for the injustices that are being occurring. Now, as somebody who is a part of the injustice, I'm not going to be scared of the injustice. Now, as somebody who's advocating for my folk, like I said to myself and joking, like, you know, Moses was raised Egyptian. Now, some people might be like, well, you're from the suburbs, you're used to that decadent lifestyle of Egyptian. And not only an Egyptian, he was raised the Pharaoh's son. But he is a Hebrew. He was born a Hebrew, he was a Hebrew, he was a Hebrew. So he left Egypt and came back and got his Hebrews. So as a drug and alcohol counselor, I'm coming back. As a dude spitting in the movie, like I said, when he first meets Brother Bane, he's fiending for his fix. Whatever you want to say. I don't care if you get disrespected or not. You're focusing on the wrong thing. He's focusing on his fix. And Brother Bane gives him some cinnamon, nutmeg, whatever, to take the edge off. He says, I want some more. He's like, no, you only get one. And he's like, what'd you give it to me for? So you can hear me. And he's like, well, I hear you. And he's like, no, do you hear me? Or you might hear me, but you're not listening. And then they start forming a relationship. He learns. And like I'll be saying and joke, but it's serious. What made him a great speaker, made motivator, leader, same gift of gab that gave him that con artist edge on people to get over whatever is the same. And then if you come from that familiar story, you're going to know the familiar story ins and out, and you got the gift of the gab, and you're trying to lead your folk out of there. So even with MLK, I might not see the promised land, I might not see the mountaintop with you, but you know, hopefully my voice sparks somebody. Hopefully the things I'm doing steers, and I can't say I'm Jesus. I'm not Jesus. I'm not Malcolm. I'm not Martin. I'm not Tupac, but still, like, you know what I mean? Like, I had that Tupac anger and rage and fury as a young boy. But I just showed you unfamiliar parts of the city to me. Earlier in the week, I showed you the university way out. I'm showing you YouTube ways out. I'm showing you Z's, millennials ways out. And then you could get caught up in the fraud and scams. Like, everything corrupt that once man touched it, the great Tupac Shakur said. But that's me saying, like, with all the great things you can accomplish and all the money you can make. I'm talking about the promo footage for skateboarders. I'm talking about leveling up from hot dogs to t-shirts. I don't know, somebody might look at it like, how the fuck hot dogs and t-shirts go together? Money. I don't give a fuck if you respect the hustle, you like that money.